guys.
It's been a while, but we back.
Life has just been crazy for us girls. Like,
it's been crazy.
Welcome back. It's been so long since we've seen you guys.
It's been a while, but we back.
Life has just been crazy for us girls. Like,
it's been crazy.
It's been so crazy. We just been, whatever. But this is the Pioneer Careers Podcast.
I'm so excited we're bringing a wonderful guest on today. Mm-hmm. But before we do that, Kenny, can you kind of tell me how your week's been? How's the last month been for you?
Girl.
What's been going on?
This week has been kind of insane because we had multiple events. One of them, which was the SAEM fair, where we collaborated with the SAEM department because they put on an emerging trends event for the whole day.
Wow.
And what they did was in the morning they had panels for alumni and employers to come talk about their jobs and how students can get involved in those certain companies and how to get started, and just some words of advice on what is out there for students in the SAM realm. And then right before the career fair, they had like a speed networking event with alumni who graduated from the SAM department. And after that, there was a Prep for Success event where two of my colleagues, Ken Lawson and Michael Clark, stayed after the speed networking event to really provide advice and suggestions and words of encouragement if students had apprehensiveness or they were nervous to attend the career fair. They didn't know how to talk to employers. They didn't know how to network and stuff like that. And then after that was a career fair, which was my big part. And I coordinated that. I reached out to employers and we had a great turnout. We had about 22 employers in the first floor of Lawrence Hall.
Wow.
There was a lot of engagement, a lot of activity. We've heard a lot of great things from the employers, students, staff, faculty, and just anyone who walked by. So I'm really proud of that event. This is our second year really collaborating with the SAM department, and we're already planning for next year again.
That's
so
wonderful.
Girl, but this month has just been crazy. Like the beginning of this month, how do I talk about this? The beginning of this month, literally May 1st, I had to get my car.
You mean March 1st?
March, not May 1st.
Like, dang, we're fast forward.
I'm ready for May, girls. I'm ready for May. But March 1st was, I got my car looked at. Where it needed inspected because my inspection actually ran out in February. And March 1st, I took my car to get looked at. And I was worried about money and how much it would cost anyway. I was like, oh, maybe I'll need new brakes and new tires. Like,
it's a lot.
There goes my wallet. So I thought that was going to happen. No, they come back and said that my brake caliper was leaking and like leaking brake fluid. So I was like, okay, girl, that's not good because if I don't have brake fluid, how am I going to use my brakes? Like Crashy's going to go over the hill. like
you need it.
I need brake fluid to stop my car. So they said it was leaking and they didn't have the parts in store they didn't have the parts. They didn't have the parts at the dealership to repair this. And this is on a Friday. So they said they're going to order the parts and they were hoping it was going to be there Monday or Tuesday.
So you didn't have a car for the whole weekend? You're getting to this part because I was going to say, maybe you got a rental. Okay, let me just not.
The whole weekend, yes, I did not have a car. I thought they were going to offer me a loaner because before I got my car looked at a different dealership and they said, oh yeah, do you want a loaner, blah, 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 for free and whatever. So they didn't offer me that. So I was like, okay. They were like, do you have a ride home? I was like, yeah, I can find a ride home.
They didn't give you a loaner and you didn't get.
I'll get to that part too. So I called my roommate really quick and she came and picked me up and I work from home.
Okay.
So I was planning to work from home Monday and possibly Tuesday. And I called them. I can't remember which day. It was either Monday or Tuesday. That asked them for an update because I haven't heard anything. I was like, okay, did you get the part in? Like, I need to know. I need to make plans in case I need to find rides anywhere.
Yeah.
One, I hate relying on people. I like doing my own thing. I'm very independent. The independency, like we talked about in prior episodes.
Yeah.
I'm very independent and my car is whatever. I just like having my car. So I felt lost. Called them and they said, oh, your part is on back order that we were trying to order, so it's probably not going to be here till Wednesday. I'm like, okay, cool.
Cool, but like for real?
Like cool. I think that was on Monday.
Cool.
Tuesday they called me and they said, Tuesday or Wednesday, and they said, oh, your part came in or something, blah, blah, blah. However, the mechanic who was looking at your car had a death in the family. Dry mouth. Death in the family, and they had another mechanic look at my car and they said, oh, there's something else that needs to be fixed.
Oh my God.
So they're like, for that part, that part's probably not going to be here till Friday.
And that was not, even if you got the one part coming in, you still weren't able to drive the car without the second part.
Apparently, because why didn't they find that part the first time?
Oh, no.
So sorry the story is long, but it's worth it. And so
it's worth it.
It's worth it. Trust me. So I work from home Monday, Tuesday. I come into work Wednesday, like after hearing this news. I'm like, whatever. Because I thought I was going to get my car Wednesday, so I work from home. Took the T in, came in, whatever. And Thursday comes around, I'm at work, and they call me, and they said, oh, the part that was supposed to come in on Friday came in today, on Thursday. Like, great, blah, blah, blah. In my mind, I'm thinking, great, that's awesome. I can get my car on Thursday. Buckle your belts and your bootstraps and everything. They said, oh, but we ordered the wrong part.
I knew something like this was going to happen.
We're hoping the right part comes in tomorrow, which would be that Friday. And I'm thinking, it better be.
This is a whole week now without the car, and you don't have a loaner car. See, this wouldn't have been a problem if you were given a loaner car.
So I asked them about the loaner car like earlier in the week, and they said, we do offer loaner cars, but we don't have any available right now, and also it's $45 a day.
Yeah.
But usually it's for free. Like, but I'm thinking, since I didn't get my car at that dealership, they didn't possibly offer me that, and it wouldn't have been for free. But I'm thinking, if I got it, they would have accommodated me more. However, I got my car back that Friday. Everything was great, whatever, and it wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be. I didn't need new tires, I didn't need new brakes, so silver lining, didn't need extra stuff. But that's the beginning of my March, and I feel like it kind of went into the rest of the month, and just really affected my anxiety and I wouldn't say anxiety and depression, but it just like threw me off.
Yeah, because the first day of each month is kind of supposed to be like that new beginning of like, oh, what am I looking forward to this month? Positive energy, like that's where you kind of set your goals in. So I can definitely see that affecting the rest of your month, because you're like, well, now you feel like you got it off to a bad start, and it's just like now everything's just like whatever.
Yeah, and especially with March, I was really excited for March, because I'm like, March, spring.
I love March.
Bye-bye seasonal depression. Come on, green. Come on, fresh air. And of course, on March 1st, that happened.
Well, I'm hoping April was way better for you.
Thank you.
April 1st is right around the corner for real. It is really on Monday.
It really is.
And let's just say you are going to have an amazing April 1st ever.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're already manifesting that right now. Like it's already happening.
Manifesting. No joke, no April Fools.
No April Fools at all.
Wow. Yeah. How has your month been? How has your week been? We'll start with your week.
We'll start with my week. My week's been pretty good. I think over the last couple weeks, I don't know if I've talked about it on here, I'm in 3 capstones this semester.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of work for those. I did tons of interviews in March. I guess this week I haven't done any for that capstone. But overall in the month, I was doing tons of interviews for that, getting that stuff situated. Track's been pretty good. We have a meet tomorrow at CMU. This is our home meet of the season.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for that. I'm in both of my hurdles events. Last week we competed at WVU, and it was freezing. Bitter cold. When I say like bitter cold, I mean like wind, and it feels like 24 degrees. And we competed in it. I still ended up getting a good time for 100 hurdles, so that worked out great. But it was a very cold meet, and it definitely tested a lot of people. But we got through it. And I'm like one of the captains. I told the team, I was like, guys, it's going to be tough to get through this day, but it'll be done before you know it.
Yeah.
We'll be in bed. You'll be warm before you know it. I mean, everyone was freezing. We were able to go on the bus whenever we needed to, or in the complex to get some, stay warm. But It definitely was a very cold meet, but we got through it. But overall, week's been pretty good. Month has been pretty good. Just kind of, I organized all the senior events that I have, all the rest of my homework due for the semester, all the rest of my track meets. So I feel very organized, very put together, and just like ready to just take on the rest of my work.
I could not even begin to imagine doing track and field in sub-freezing temperatures.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
No thanks, honey.
That was probably the second coldest meet I've competed in.
Really?
2 years ago at CMU, we were literally running in hail.
Yeah,
we were running in snow and hail. So that was probably the worst weather I've had at a track meet. And then the one from last week was the second worst. But that's honestly how you grow in really tough circumstances and uncomfortable situations. I feel like that's when I grow, at least. So
Girl, you're preaching to the choir.
I try to stay positive as much as I can.
Well,
I really do.
I think we should really talk to our guests and students and listeners about what we have planned for the next few episodes, right? Since we haven't been around in a while, right?
True, because we are doing a great limited series with COPA students. So this is the Conservatory of Performing Arts at Point Park University, and we're bringing on a dancer, cinema production student, musical theater, animation. So we're deep diving into each separate section of COPA.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this because it was just something that came to my mind one day. I was thinking about podcast episodes, and I'm thinking, we really haven't had any students in COPA.
Which is crazy because it's like such a big part of Point Park. But I'm really glad that you came up with it, and we've been able to put in fruition and really just go at it.
Yeah, so we're thinking careers in COPA, and really talking to the students to tell us what they're doing with their major, what they have done, and the intersectionality of career readiness, careers in the COPA industry, whether that be dance, whether that be cinema production, whether that be animation or musical theater. But you'll hear from some really great students, what they're doing, what their plans are for after graduation, because I believe 2 of the 4 are seniors and then the other 2 are juniors. So you'll really be able to hear what is really going on with them and what they have done. But I'm really excited to see what they have to say and how you guys take what they say and really take it for yourself to really inspire you and what you want to do with your everyday life.
And I think something that's awesome to see, and I think it'll be really cool to hear from our guests, just each person's different story. Every person has their own unique story and how they got here, and the fact that we're all here together now. And I know it's only 4 years, and I know that I know 2 juniors will have 1 year, and then 2 seniors will have their real career. But I think it's awesome to have us all come together and share stories and just grow.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for all the students, do not get me wrong, but I'm also excited that both of our work study students in the Career Readiness Center are going to be participating, because I've been really trying to think about how they can be more involved in this podcast and how I can get their voice heard. Because one of them, I don't want to say one of them is shy, but I would say, you can tell one of them is kind of introverted and another one is very extroverted. And I am really excited just to see what they say and how, even if it's uncomfortable for them to be here, how they can really flourish and come out of that comfort zone and just really come out and say what you need to say.
I'm really excited to hear from them.
Yes. But stay tuned so you can hear what our guests have to say. Oh my gosh, Natalea, are you so excited to introduce our guest today?
I'm beyond excited. Let's get her on.
Let's do it. We are so excited to introduce our guest for today's episode, Allysun Gillham, junior dance major.
Welcome, Allysun.
Hi, Allysun. How are we today?
Good. How are you two doing?
I'm doing amazing now.
It's Friday.
It's awesome.
It's spring finally.
Spring.
Everything's blooming. Here we are, right?
Here we are.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, I know a little bit about you. You're a work study student in the Career Readiness Center. So feel free to share anything for our listeners today.
Well, I am a junior dance major. I am a jazz concentration. I also minor in business management.
That's
Very
interesting.
nice.
Yeah.
So what kind of got you interested in becoming a dance major in the first place?
Well, I danced all throughout high school and middle school too, and I started going to a studio in the town over, and my teacher, the woman who opened the dance studio, actually went to Point Park.
Oh, okay.
And so when I started applying to colleges, I was trying to decide whether I wanted to do dance or if I wanted to do something else. And at the end of the day, I decided I wanted to do dance, and Point Park had given me the most financial aid compared to, I also had applied to Indiana University and University of Utah as well.
Oh, you're just all over
Wow.
the place, girl. Jeez.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, Point Park had given me the most financial aid, and it was a well-rounded dance
Like department?
department.
Yeah.
And a lot of other departments in college are mostly like modern or ballet focused. And the thing about Point Park is they have jazz, modern, and ballet, and you're required to take all three each semester,
Oh, wow.
which
Wow.
not each department in college is going to have you do that. Sometimes you're only required to take one.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I know that you also said you have a minor in business management. Talk to us about how you plan or how you envision using your minor and incorporate that with your dance major.
So in the future, obviously, dancers, like, sometimes their career doesn't last as long as they want because your body starts to like retire, even if you want to keep performing. So I wanted to have some business on my side as I go through college, and eventually I want to get into arts management, whether that's managing a dance company or a professional theater or anything under the sun in that realm.
Oh, that would be
Wow,
cool.
that'd be awesome. And what kind of made you make that decision coming in with a minor? Like, I know you declared the minor sophomore year, but freshman year, what made you realize, okay, I'm just going to do the business minor as well?
I think it was a little bit from my parents, but also I talked to a lot of my teachers freshman year, and I was kind of deciding, like, is this minor worth it? Should I do this? And most of my dance teachers told me, like, yeah, that I think that would be really beneficial to get like a different side of arts. And yeah,
It's a great combination to have with both.
And especially if you want to gain that knowledge about business management, and especially if you want to open your own arts studio kind of a thing and incorporate your dance background and jazz and all of that. What kind of led you to, I guess, the jazz concentration? Since there are the 3 different concentrations, they make you take the 3 within a semester. What kind of led you to the jazz? What really interested you?
I think this is actually a really hard question because I honestly do love each, like ballet, modern, and jazz. I love them all like equally, but I think jazz kind of speaks to my soul a little bit more, and I think it's just like a little bit more fun and has kind of let me let go a little bit more. I think ballet and modern can get a little bit more serious, and I don't know, jazz has a lot of avenues that it can lead to. You have like concert dance, like a Giordano dance company. That's where my teacher did her career. She was with the Giordano dance company for like 9 years.
Wow.
And then you also have like music videos and film, dance on film. And jazz is a huge part of that realm too.
That's interesting.
Are there any specific dance pieces that have really stuck out to you throughout your years here at Point Park or at all?
So freshman year, I got to be a part of Keisha Lalama's faculty choreo lab, and I think that really stuck out to me, especially just because I was a freshman and just like being in anything was awesome. But I think that really was a stepping stone for me because I was an understudy at first and I got to go in for the final show. And yeah, it was just an awesome piece, and working with upperclassmen was really awesome. But just recently I was in the student choreography project, Katie Moffitt's choreography, and that was super fun as well. And both of those pieces were jazz, and luckily Katie's, I had never really done like a street heels piece, but Katie's was a street heels jazz piece, and it was so fun. And so yeah, those are 2 really awesome experiences that I've had here.
That's great.
Girl, I wish I had coordination to dance, because I know we kind of talked a little bit. You mentioned that you were a dancer at one point, and here's me just sitting here. I'm like, I have no coordination. I can draw stick figures. I can do a 1-2 step a little bit, but that's about it.
We could teach you. We could get you
True.
going.
You're gonna teach me? Okay. I'll hold you to that. Okay. Before you graduate, you got to teach me.
I still I'll still dance if I go out or whatever. I used to do Impulse here my freshman year, but with how busy my schedule is, I wasn't really able to do much with it after freshman year, especially since I was on campus. It was way easier to go to Monday nights, but I still love dancing, and I still, I still dance. So, but yeah, dance definitely holds a special place.
You just
in my
dance in
heart.
your bedroom. Like you
Yeah.
just
Oh yeah, I jam out.
dance it out and do all that fun
when
stuff.
I go out, if I go out,
Yeah.
haven't really gone out in a while, but yeah.
So being
Yeah.
our first guest in this limited series that we're doing, Careers in COPA, what really interests you, or what words do you have to say about the COPA department here at Point Park? Because I know it's kind of got recognition nationally, especially the dance department. What words, I guess you could say, maybe for prospective students or parents who might be thinking about Point Park?
I would definitely say well-rounded and connected, because COPA is honestly like a very unique spot in Point Park, because you have all these creative people in one place, and I feel like, me included, like we don't utilize each other enough.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the one thing, like, I would also change and go back and tell myself to do that freshman year, is utilize the other COPA departments and not just the dance department. Because meeting more COPA students has really like opened my eye and really inspired me in a lot a ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember you, because you're our work study student in the Career Readiness Center. I remember when you first started, you were kind of a little shy, didn't want to say many words. And I've really seen, since you've become accustomed with the dance major and the COPA department, and also, I guess, honing in on your skills in your minor as well, and just being comfortable, getting out of your comfort zone. I've kind of seen you flourish a little bit, and I really appreciate that. And it's nice to see someone flourish like that, because I can relate as well with being on this podcast. I'm not used to doing this.
Yeah.
But could you talk about being our work study student? Like, what do you really enjoy about it? What can you tell students about our center? And I guess just kind of talk about the intersectionality of careers in COPA and how they can utilize our office.
I love being a work study student at the Career Readiness Center.
She's not getting paid to say that.
I'm not actually. But it's so nice because I feel so supported on so many ends whenever I want to like apply to something that's maybe like a little bit outside of my comfort zone. There's so much support in like if I need my resume looked at, if I need my cover letter looked at, if I need an interview, if I need to do a practice interview with someone. All of that stuff has really helped me and helped me to become more comfortable with all the things that come with getting into careers.
And what do you recommend to students who want to get more involved in, say, the Career Readiness Center or just in Point Park stuff in general? What do you recommend to them?
I would recommend, if you want to get more involved with the Career Readiness Center, make an appointment with one of them and just talk it out, say what you're interested in. The one thing about the Career Readiness Center is, even if I'm not looking for anything, I'm not looking for an internship at the moment, they're all still sending me so many opportunities. I'm getting emails every day.
Keep it in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
You never know.
So that is awesome, and I'm also so appreciative of that. But because they're always in your back corner, even when you don't really need them. But
Yeah.
Wow.
they're always there.
It's nice to have that support on campus.
I try.
Aw,
We
you
all
guys are
try,
great.
because our main goal is just to make sure students feel career ready and supported in their career. And we don't want them to feel lost, because I once too was a college student and I felt so lost. And also I did not utilize the Career Center. So I'm trying to get back to the students and be like, hey, this service is free to you guys. Hello, students, Point Park students. The Career Readiness Center is free to you to use. And that's why you're in college anyway. Yeah, it's going to be the best years. Should be the best years of your life, and you're supposed to have fun, but also it's time to really think about what you want to do after graduation, what you want to do with your career. What are you passionate about?
Yeah.
So I kind of want to ask you that, Allysun. What are you passionate about? What does success and passion mean to you, and what do you see?
I think success and passion in my career is, I think, easy to define when you're a dancer and you're looking to kind of bridge that gap between a career and your passion. And that's what I kind of love about dance. And also bridging that gap between like my arts management dreams in dance is, even if I am going to be in an arts management position one day, I'm still going to be a part of the arts in some way or another. And just being a part of something like that is really passionate to me, and I'm really excited for that, whatever it comes out to be in the future.
Girl, I'm excited for you.
I'm excited too. And what are you looking forward to for senior year next year? Do you have anything planned, or do you guys kind of figure that out in the summer going into to the year? What?
Senior year, I'm excited for the student choreography project, because that's like our capstone kind of for dancers, is choreographing our own piece. So I'm excited to do that. It's a little bit of a stressful process, but I think it'll work out in the end.
It'll be stressful at first, but you'll find your way.
Awesome.
You'll have people to support you and all of that.
And the final, like seeing everything come together, I'm sure is such an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
And then auditions. It's audition season in January next year, so I'll get to start to do that, which I think it's exciting. Like, it's a little bit scary when you haven't really done it yet. But I think once you start doing it, like, a weight is kind of lifted off of your shoulders. And I kind of feel that way also about the Career Readiness Center. When you're just thinking about the things that you want to do and you haven't really made any steps to do it, it gets so scary. Yep. And so utilizing the Career Readiness Center in that way, just having someone to kind of hold your hand through those types of situations, helps so much and helps you really take the steps to do what you want to do and apply for what you want to apply for. And
and it's nice that you guys also are at events with students. So you're not just in your office kind of reaching out, you're seeing students in person and interacting and getting the students comfortable with, reaching out and getting that help.
Yeah, that's one of our main goals, is to put our face out there. Not that we haven't done it that much this semester, the spring semester. We did it a lot in the fall.
Oh, yeah, in the fall.
We did a lot of tabling, a lot of employers, a lot of career expos. We kind of took a step back this semester because we just weren't sure what was going to happen with our new Career Readiness Center that's in the basement of the Student Center. But now we're anticipating that to be done. I think we're allowed to move in possibly May or June. And they're going to, by the way, they're going to do tours for seniors, I believe, sometime in April.
Oh, cool.
So, because we as the Career Readiness Center, we want the seniors to be able to experience that. And we were planning to do a Senior Week event during Senior Week in the new space, hoping it was going to be open, but it's not going to be open. However, they're saying that they're allowed to do tours with seniors, so they can have that last look before the seniors leave, and that they are able to view this space and kind of like, okay, I got a chance to view this space. They can still come back and utilize that however they want.
That'd be awesome.
I'm excited for that. I'm just excited for the new space. I bet you are too, because you're going to be our work study student next year. So I'm really excited for that. A few things I do want to kind of touch upon our office is we do a lot of events. You kind of mentioned that as well. And Allysun, you have been so helpful with us lately, especially this past week, because we've had a lot of events going on. Can you talk to the students a little bit about that? What kind of events we put on, what kind of events you've helped out with, and what you really enjoy about our events?
So just this past week, we had the SAEM job fair, which was so nice to work and be a part of, because it was so nice seeing COPA students come and even dancers come.
Yeah, I've noticed that too, like acting.
COPA.
Yeah, there's like acting students, screenwriting, even dance were coming too. It was really nice to see.
Very nice.
Yeah, there were so many students. It was awesome to see that, and really taking advantage of the things that the Career Readiness puts on. And
you get free gifts.
Free gifts.
We've been giving tote bags.
Food. And I think it's a great way to talk to the employers or the organizations that you're interested in.
Yeah. And even if you're a freshman and you aren't within the realm of SEM, or you don't see any employers that you're interested in, it's still a good way to go to these networking events and these job fairs to really expose yourself to that type of environment. Because then once sophomore year comes around and once junior and senior year come around, you're used to it. You know what to expect, and you're not going in for the first time to a job fair your junior or senior year. You're so nervous and apprehensive. Expose yourself, take action, make it a priority, and be proactive in your career. Starting the first day you come to Point Park, be proactive. engage with us, engage with employers. Look at me preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
And just do the heckin' thing.
Do it. Just do it.
And then one last thing I kind of want to ask you. I don't know if you mentioned this earlier in the interview, but I know this. You're not originally from Pittsburgh.
I am not.
Where are you from?
I am from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, which is a suburb outside of Madison.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Pittsburgh is a long way from home, but I really loved Pittsburgh because it is such like a creative city. If you really start to explore the little neighborhoods outside of downtown, and yeah, it's just been awesome. I've really enjoyed my time in Pittsburgh.
So much so that you're staying here this summer.
I'm staying
Right?
here this summer, yes.
That's exciting.
That's exciting.
It's exciting. Well,
Any other questions for Allysun?
I think we covered everything.
Allysun, thank you so much for being here. Do you have any lasting words for students that you would like to share? Whether it be about the Career Readiness Center, about COPA, careers in COPA, anything.
I will say, come to the job fairs. Even if you don't think you'll find anything there, go and make an appointment with the Career Readiness Center, because it'll make you feel better about whatever you want to do in your future. Even if it's 3 years down the road, even if it's an internship this summer. And also, come to the dance shows, I will say. Come to the dance shows.
Support COPA. And how can students make an appointment with the Career Readiness Center and career counselors?
They can go on Handshake, or they can email our Career Readiness
Yep.
Center.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much, Allysun.
Allysun, thank you for being here. And I'll probably see you next week sometime.
Thank you for letting me on here.
Of course. See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Allysun, for providing, all the information you did, speaking so well about our office, the Career Readiness Center, being our work study student, and really talking about, COPA and dance and what really inspired you to become a dancer.
Yeah, it was really cool to hear that, because I'm not friends with a lot of dancers. So I thought it was really cool to kind of hear a different side of it, especially with her work study job working in the Career Readiness Center. I thought that was really cool to hear.
And I think she did a great job of kicking off this limited series.
Oh,
really.
yeah, she did. 100%.
But before we end today, as always,
Article Man.
I don't have an article. I mean, a physical article, but I have it on my phone. And since Easter's coming up, I thought, just provide some fun facts about Easter, right?
Love it.
So one of them is Easter baskets have always been special, or they have special symbolism.
Oh, wow.
The woven treats containers represent birds' nests and new life, especially when filled to the brim with eggs. Plus, they're a pretty utilitarian way to gather those goodies. That's weird.
Wow.
Birds, new life. Okay. There's a reason you probably eat ham for Easter. Do you eat ham for Easter?
Yes, we do.
I'm not a ham person, so I don't. I'd probably eat chicken or turkey. It's some sort of... No, it's not a bird. Ham's not a bird.
Ham's pig.
Yeah, isn't it a pig?
Pig. Yeah, it's pig. That sounds so weird. It's like saying that. It's pig.
It's pig.
It's pig.
It's pig.
I just recently kind of was just talking about this too.
Historically, most Easter celebrants would have eaten lamb for this special occasion, since the holiday has its roots in Jewish Passover. But these days, many American Easter dinners now feature ham instead because of the timing of the holiday. Years ago, hams cured over the winter months would have been ready to serve in the early spring. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Easter eggs have medieval origins.
Keep reading. I keep reading this. I want to hear.
Think Easter egg hunts are a strange tradition. Listen to this medieval game, which is a children's game. A priest would give one of the choir boys a hard-boiled egg, and the boys would pass it amongst themselves until the clock struck midnight. When whoever was holding it got to eat it when the clock struck midnight. We at least hope they got some salt and pepper to go with it. That's what they said.
Oh.
So that's a weird one. Easter eggs date back way before Easter. So there's evidence showing that Easter eggs originally from medieval Europe. We just talked about that. And people may have not actually been the ones to start the tradition of giving eggs. They're a symbol of fertility and rebirth in many cultures around the world.
Cool.
What is this one? Do you know why eggs are dyed? Like
No.
why we dye eggs?
Tell me.
eggs are dyed to represent the blood of Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Well, at least that might have been one of the reasons, which stems from early Christians in Mesopotamia. There isn't a concrete reason behind the tradition, but that's one of the theories. They also look pretty, and kids might be more likely to eat a dyed hard-boiled egg than a plain one.
Wow, yeah.
There's another. Oh, this is gonna be the last one for this, because I read this one. I was like, oh, that's really interesting. Good Friday, which is today when we're recording this episode, Good Friday is recognized as a holiday in only 12 states.
Wow.
Occurring 2 days before Easter Sunday, Good Friday commemorates Jesus Christ's crucifixion, but it isn't a federal holiday. Only certain states officially observe it, including New Jersey, North Carolina, and Tennessee.
Wow.
Wow. Do you have any like fun Easter traditions that you usually do with your family or anything like that?
So we used to dye eggs like when I was a kid a
Yeah.
lot. I think as me and my brothers got older, we just like kind of stopped doing it. But we go to my aunt's on my mom's side usually for Easter. So we go like towards like the beginning of the day. Like we go to church every year, obviously. We go to church and then we'll go to my aunt's and we'll eat the same food every year. We'll eat like ham, potato salad, Pascha bread. My mom will go to like Bethel Bakery and get like the cookies. It's always like the same type of things. Oh, it's so Bethel Bakery cookies are just so delicious.
Love.
Their cakes are really. I mean, everything's good. We've been getting their cakes since my mom's getting us their cakes since I was like 5, 6 for stuff like delicious. And then I think we're going to my aunt on my dad's side for like the dinner and like dessert part of Easter. But yeah, we usually go to we split the families up though for each year. So that's kind of like a tradition, I guess, that we do. So I spend it with both families. How about you?
Nothing. I usually don't do anything. I'm not a big Easter person, except I just love an Easter basket, if anything. Sometimes my dad and stepmom, since they don't live in Pittsburgh, they mail me just like a care package or like an Easter package with like candy and stuff. But I'm not a big ham person. I'm not a big Easter person. If anything, for me, Easter really represents, if not March 1st, because we know I talked about it before. March 1st was just crazy in a prior episode.
Yeah.
But March 1st is just, or April 1st, Easter, it usually happens around then, is just like a new life, a new turnover kind of a thing. So if anything, just that kind of symbolism.
Yeah. Spring's my favorite season.
Yeah.
And my birthday isn't in spring, it's in the fall, but I just love the freshness, the weather, the new beginnings. I just love the season. March, April, May I love those months. I don't know.
I agree. I do want to try one of those things. One of those things for Easter. You know how sometimes people, for the adults 21 plus, people do like a beer hunt or whatever.
Yeah.
And I want to do that.
That'd be fun.
Just get your own like 6-pack cardboard and you just find whatever beer you find.
That's fun.
And I've never done that, but I want to do that because I kind of like beer. But other than that,
this was a great episode.
We are really excited to see what you guys think of the upcoming episodes for Careers in COPA. Stay tuned. We have 3 more coming up. But until then,
we'll see y'all later. We're recording in the Center for Media Innovation.
And you can check us out wherever you get your podcasts, which is Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify. So until then, we'll see you later.